What is the secret of real change? What is the reason that some people are able to make changes and some, actually, I have to say, most people are not able to make changes in their lives? Let it be their physical health, let it be their relationship, let it be their financial status. Doesn't matter what shape or format of more success, people have a hard time to go from A to B. And why is that? Why is that? What is the underlying answer to that? Now, in my 30 year of experience as a coach, I came to a conclusion. And I talked about this conclusion with a bunch of other folks who are also working in the coaching world and helping others to fulfill their dreams and their desires. And they kind of agreed with me on this one. So there is something that I think would be great for everyone to realize. And indeed, without this realization, there is no real shot of making changes. Sometimes, accidentally, some changes occur, but the individual does not experience that overwhelming sense of control, meaning, and drive that leads to that consistent vitality that I'm looking for, and I dream for everyone to have. So that one thing is ownership. You gotta own your life. What I mean by this, whatever happens to you, whatever is not working, you cannot be a victim. You cannot have a victim mentality about anything in your life. In our world, most people run around and walk around and live their lives in a victim mentality. Every single thing in your life has a lot to do with you. And if you want to make a change, your best bet if you take 100% ownership of every single problem that's in your life. Until you don't do that, you cannot possibly change it. What I mean by this, 100% ownership, I basically mean that whenever something happens to you, the only reason it can happen to you because you somehow created circumstances that problem was able to show up. If you take ownership of this, then you can actually change it. Because if you are able to find a way to understand that everything in your life happens because the way you live your life, therefore you created it. Once you truly grab that idea and make ownership of that idea, then you also understand that if I created it, I can also create something different. So taking ownership of the problems as opposed to acting out the victim mentality, it is somewhat difficult. You can always point to the outside world. You can always say, he did that, she did that. This is happening, that's happening. Yes, certainly those things are easy to do, but they seldom make a difference. As long as you're a victim, everything will be out there to get you. As soon as you go inside and you change that victim mentality, and you take charge of your life, nothing is out to get you. Everything is just going to be there to guide you. And that's very different. So when the fire is blowing and you reach towards it and you feel the pain, the fire is not there to get you. You just reach towards the wrong direction. So you pull yourself away. So if there's a problem in front of you, is it a possibility that that problem is just there to show you that you got to go in a different direction, that direction is not the place? So all it is a signpost towards your better life, a signpost along the trail, along the path of your own life, the path that leads to that wonderful place that you dreamt up as you were a kid, and when you were a young person, you believed that you can get to. And over time, because you get caught up, keep reaching into the fire, you keep getting burnt, as opposed to understanding that, well, maybe this direction is just too much fire. Maybe I should go that way. Oh, here I can reach further. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you guys, but I'm telling you, until I don't break through with an individual and not helping them to understand that every single thing in their lives is to do with them, nobody else, and if they want to make a change, it's got to start inside of themselves. Until that point, I've never ever seen anyone make a change, anything meaningful. For a minute, maybe they made some little shifts, but they just kept going back, falling back to the good old patterns. So you want to change your patterns, it's got to start in here. So when you take ownership of your life, you tell yourself, I'm not going to be a victim anymore. Life is not out there happening while I'm sitting here and I just need to dodge the bullets. That's not what's going on. What's going on, I'm creating a way of existence and I'm experiencing it at the same time. So once you change the ways that you operate, once you change your patterns, then new things start to happen around you as well. So once you change the way you behave, your world changes. So that's the key. You can try to get into better shape, but if you believe your injuries are you're just a victim and those injuries inhabit you, and why do you need to deal with this? All those type of questions. And until those questions keep showing up and you're answering those questions with your self-talk inside your mind, until that point, nothing is going to change. If you are keep being irritated by your business partner, by your spouse, by your friends, your family, your kids, your parents, as long as you buy into the idea that they are doing something and they are making you behave in a certain way, until you believe that lie, you will remain to be a victim. Life is not going to be anything that is enjoyable. You're hanging on and just acting out a certain pattern that you downloaded from who knows where. But the moment when you realize that the only reason people behave with you the way they do, because you are operating with a certain set of patterns that will bring that type of relationship into your life. You make the changes inside of you, people will act with you differently as well. You want to improve your relationship? Change yourself. Make yourself the best version of yourself based on your best wisdom. And when you do that, your relationship will change. You cannot change anyone else, but you can always change yourself. You can't change the outside world, but you can change yourself. Changing everything around you takes a lot of effort. It takes a lifetime to make the smallest dent into changing the world around you. And changing yourself is that moment when it clicks. The moment when you're like, that's right. I've been looking at it from the wrong angle. When that moment occurs, and you're willing to take responsibility for everything in your life, and you realize in one way or another, I might not be able to consciously understand it fully, but one way or another, I created everything in my life. Once you take ownership of that, now that's the beginning of a real change. That's where things can really start. So many people ask me the questions, what is the one thing? What is the most important thing? It all starts with you. Understanding whatever didn't work, you gotta understand. Not by running away from it, but understanding it inside of yourself. And then based on that wisdom, you can create other ways. Otherwise, all you are is just a simple pattern machine. And once someone reads your patterns, your behavioral will be predictable. And predictable future is pretty boring. So the way to break away from predictable future is if you take ownership of your life. And then the unlimited potential shows up. And that's exciting. That's interesting. Now, I hope that makes some sort of sense to you guys. It makes a heck of a lot of sense to me. And I utilize that with everyone. Myself, my family, my friends, clients, every relationship that I have. As you can see from all the 160 something vlog episodes I uploaded, there are many different things that you need to think about as a human being to better yourself. But there is a consistency between all of them. It all boils down to you. To you. It all starts with you. So thanks for watching. Please click like, subscribe, and share. In the case you think there is someone you think would benefit from this idea, please share it with them. Send it to them. Thanks, guys. Bye.